Okay, thank you. So, I think everybody knows me. My name's Melanie Ollis. I'm with the Expedia Cruises location in Kitchener. And tonight we have Andrea Mendelson joining us from WindStar Cruises. She's going to go through and give us an overview of WindStar in general. And she's going to talk specifically about one itinerary that I myself am booked on, Sicilian Splendors. That's for next September 2026. We'll hold questions until the end, just so that everybody can stay on mute so we have a nice clean recording. So I'm going to turn off my microphone and turn it over to Andrea. And there you go. I'll click mine off.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all, and to the whole Expedia Cruises team. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. And what an opportunity, because for those of you who are listening in on this call right now or in the future, what I want to say is Expedia Cruises is one of our preferred partners. We work very, very closely with them, and we have a phenomenal relationship. So it's my absolute pleasure to work with the team tonight. And I'm so glad, Melanie, that you invited me to share with you not only the WindStar experience, but to talk about this fantastic group itinerary that you have put together. My name again is Andrea Mendelson. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Canada, and I'm excited to share with you and show everybody the WindStar difference. Our tagline is 180 degrees from ordinary. And that is really and truly who and what we are. You know, when people say, I'm going on a cruise, what do you automatically think? You think of a huge, massive ship with thousands of people standing in lines, standing in groups to get on and off, jostling for space, fighting to get a table in the buffet. That is not who WindStar Cruises is. We are a small ship cruise line, and in order to be categorized as that, we have to carry less than 350 guests. So I'm going to share with you our overall experience, but then, as Melanie had said, I'm going to focus in on this one particular itinerary to hopefully whet your appetites, get you excited about everything, and we're going to go from there. So, as you can see, we have two different types of ships. We're able to, because we're small, get into the small little bays, into the little harbors, into the destinations that the big ships don't go into. And that is why, with so few people, this is a true, intimate, real small ship experience. I'm going to put on a short little video, which I hope will encapsulate who and what we are. But then, of course, I'm going to come back to elaborate. So enjoy, everybody.
The wind and stars have guided seafarers for millennia. And now it's your turn to discover their magic on WindStar's iconic Wind class and luxurious all-suite Star Plus class yachts. Revel in the nautical traditions of the sea as white sails unfurl, pulling you towards hidden lagoons and untouched beaches on our Wind class. Or rejoice in the newly transformed Star Plus class with 277 square foot minimum suites that promise a constellation of comforts and amenities beyond your wildest dreams. No matter which yacht you choose, you'll jump directly off the water sports platform at the back of the ship and can join your captain for navigation lessons on the open bridge. Customize your experience with all-inclusive or cruise-only fares. Come, the wind and stars are waiting. Wherever you want to go, WindStar knows the way.
Well, how fitting to show you our beautiful windsurf, which is the ship, no doubt, Melanie, that you have chosen for this fantastic group. But what I want you to all know, and there she is again in all her splendor and glory, I want you to know that, as you saw from the video, there are two different types of ships that WindStar has. We have what we call our Wind class or our sailing ships, or you also saw the motorized yachts, which we call our all-suite ships. This grand ship that you are going to be going on, the Windsurf, as you can see, has got 5 masts, 7 sails, and I hope again you're all thinking, wow, this looks absolutely amazing. The romance of the sails, this is going to be spectacular, and it is. But bear in mind, when you do a cruise on one of WindStar's sailing ships, this is still a cruising experience. Nobody stands barefoot on WindStar and helps raise the sails. Our guests stand with a drink or a cocktail in their hand, and these sails hydraulically unfurl as we sail away from one spectacular destination to the other. And that is the magnificence of this beautiful ship. She's the largest sailing ship, privately owned sailing ship in the world right now. And I keep saying until Jeff Bezos comes along and builds his 2 feet longer. But this is a grand beauty. She is our flagship. And what you might be noticing from the look of the ship is you think, well, I kind of don't see any balconies off the side of the ship. That is by design. Everybody is going to get an ocean view stateroom, no matter whether it's everybody's going to get a porthole, but you're all going to get an ocean view. WindStar does not have any inside cabins. So the stateroom size is going to be the same. It is going to be very beautifully appointed, comfortable. And as you'll see as we go through this presentation, there currently now are only 8 staterooms, in fact 11 staterooms left. So there's a sense of urgency if you do want to go on this grand, beautiful ship. What is life on board on WindStar Cruises? Well, we're a small ship cruise line. This windsurf only carries a maximum of 342 guests. And at WindStar Cruises, we like to say, we want you all to feel as if you're traveling on your own private yacht. As you heard me say, there's going to be no lineups. You don't have to get up early in the morning to put a towel on a deck chair. This is a very relaxed, easygoing cruise, as is the way you dress on WindStar Cruises. Also, you don't need to make a reservation. For those of you who have been on a big, huge ship, you know you've got to choose your evening reservations, dining times, whether it's 6:30 or earlier, 5:30 or a later evening. That does not happen on WindStar Cruises. We want to take you to these amazing off-the-beaten-path destinations and ports of call. We don't want you to have to rush back because you have a set time for dinner. We are open. We say come during meal hours. You can ask for a table for 2, for 4, for 6, for 8. You're going to be traveling together. And come during meal hours without a reservation. So if you want to spend longer in a fantastic port, or you've seen the sights and done the shopping, and you just want to stay and relax and maybe have a cocktail in town, you do not have to rush back. The other important thing is it is not a formal cruise line. You do not have any formal nights. So gentlemen that are watching, you do not have to wear a jacket or tie at any time. There are no nights that you have to be in a tux. Who wants to do this? Whether you're in Sicily, whether you're somewhere else in the Mediterranean, whether you're in Iceland, Alaska, you do not have to dress up. Ladies, we always go as we feel comfortable, whether it's in a dress, a skirt, pants, and a top. This is the beauty of traveling on WindStar Cruises. So we talk about understated elegance, just no ripped jeans and sandals at nighttime, but it is a very casual, laid-back experience. We do, however, ask that everybody makes a reservation in our specialty dining restaurant, and on Windsurf we have 2. We have Candles, which is our steakhouse that we have on every single one of our ships, and exclusive to the Windsurf, we have a French inspired bistro. It's a lovely restaurant called Stella Bistro. The food is wonderful. We just want everybody to have a chance. So in these specialty dining restaurants, we do ask that you make a reservation, but unlike other cruise lines, there is no surcharge. This is all included in your cruise fare. So you heard me mention about fighting for a seat to get a seat on the or a chair on the deck. This doesn't happen on WindStar Cruises. For those of you, and I'm sure the Expedia people will laugh, the Expedia team will laugh, because you've all been on, I'm sure, many, many cruises. And you know, on a big cruise ship, you have to get up early, you have to go and fight for a chair or a deck chair, you have to put your towel there to save it. This is not the case on WindStar Cruises. It is a small ship experience and we have room for everybody. The other important thing is the itinerary that Melanie has chosen is very port-centric. So for the most part, we are going to be in port and in new destinations each and every day there's one sea day. So you're not constantly fighting for seats. You don't have to get up early to be first in line for the tender. If you're right, or if we dock right in port and you want to get on and off, it's an easy on and off the ship. If we have to dock a little short way away, it is a 5 to 10 minute tender ride in. It is not these long tender rides because we have to dock way out to sea like the big ships. And on WindStar Cruises, because we have so few people on board, again, you're not going to be fighting the crowds. We want you to get to know our crew. We want you to have that VIP treatment from all our crew. And in fact, for those of you who've sailed on WindStar, you know, on day 2, Melanie, this must have happened to you. On day 2, we knew your name, we knew your preferences, and Dana. We get to know you and we make you feel like VIPs. We also have an open bridge policy on all our ships. So again, you're not going to see yellow tape or red rope restricting you from going anywhere. We want you to come and have coffee with the captain in the morning or at nighttime while we're sailing under the stars. What a beautiful experience to come and feel you're sailing on your own private yacht. You can go wherever you want. All our ships, and of course including the beautiful WindStar, have a marina, or what we call our water sports platform. When the weather is conducive, we lower our water sports platform and we bring out all our water toys. It is all complimentary. The kayaking, the snorkeling, the paddle boarding. You can see there's some flotation mattresses here. That is so easy for people who don't feel that they're that energetic. Still come off the water sports platform. You can swim, you can sunbathe on these flotation mattresses. It is a wonderful, wonderful experience.
What does it mean when we say WindStar knows the way to Europe? It means we know the way to create more time, opportunity, freedom. Select a destination, choose your adventure, and fully immerse yourself like a local. Serving just 148 to 342 guests, our sailing and all-suite yachts are guided by the wind and the stars to nearly 75 itineraries and more than 150 ports throughout Europe. Our private yacht-style cruises deliver you to the doorways of intimate, iconic European settings in France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece, Croatia, Iceland, Norway, and more. With WindStar, coming on board feels like coming home. Personal service and genuine hospitality are provided by friendly crew members who know your name and your tastes. Our casual, welcoming atmosphere means you can relax and be yourself. On board each of our yachts, every meal is a world-class dining experience. Our acclaimed chefs create fresh, regional dishes, delivering flavour from port to plate. You may choose to indulge in exceptional local or global cuisines, created and served daily. Cruise anywhere you like, any way you like. The possibilities are limitless. For a European cruise that's 180 degrees from ordinary, WindStar knows the way.
So I hope that got you very, very excited. And just to reiterate what was said in the video, WindStar is the exclusive and long-term partner of the James Beard Foundation. James Beard is an organization that recognizes globally top chefs, top sommeliers, top mixologists, and those amazing chefs, award-winning chefs, come on board and train our crew, our chefs, how to create the most delicious, delectable meals on board. So again, your food is going to be spectacular. You are going to have just an all-in amazing experience. I mentioned to you that there are no charges when you go to a specialty dining restaurant. Something else, while we're talking about food, I want you to know that all the specialty coffees, so you can have your unlimited lattes, cappuccinos, your specialty teas, your pop or soda, and your bottled water are all included. Now, the itinerary that Melanie has chosen for you, it's called Sicilian Splendors. It goes from Rome to Rome, and it is a 10-day itinerary next year in September. And whilst many of you might think, oh, well, I've got plenty of time to decide, let me think about this. I do want you to know that there really, really is a sense of urgency, because we have just found out today, Melanie's group coordinator has told her there are currently only 11 staterooms available. So if this appeals to you, we truly hope that you will jump on the bandwagon and go. Melanie's going to be hosting this. It is going to be amazing. So as you can see, it's primarily here in Italy, Sicily. We do go on to Malta, and it is going to be quite a spectacular destination and itinerary. You're going to go into small little places that some of you might think, well, I haven't really heard of all these places, or I've heard of them, but I didn't even think a ship could go there. That is what we're going to do for you here on WindStar Cruises. So just to see the itinerary at a glance here, you're going to start out in Rome. And I'm going to mention that Melanie will be doing all the organization and booking. Some of her colleagues at Expedia Cruises might be doing the same. But you're going to have to fly into Rome, and you're going to end in Rome, as you can see from this itinerary. What a spectacular, iconic destination. You obviously want to either go in earlier or stay at the end, or both. Go in early, stay sometime at the end, but that will be up to your travel advisor at Expedia Cruises to work out for you. There is, as I mentioned, 1 day at sea. It is nice to become accustomed and acclimatized on the ship. It's going to be beautiful. And then you can see the whole itinerary in front of you day by day. Now, in the interest of time, everybody, you don't want to know, from me anyway, that you arrive in Syracuse, Italy at 8 a.m. and you leave at 6 p.m. That is not what you want to know. I want to entice you with some of the ports of call that you're going to go to, get you excited about that. And then, of course, you'll go back to Melanie and her colleagues to see if there are hopefully still, if there is still space available. So as I mentioned, you're going to start in the beautiful capital city of Italy. Again, you need at least more than 1 or 2 days in this beautiful historical city. There is what to see. Where do you start? The Colosseum, St. Peter's Basilica, there's the Vatican City, the Victor Emmanuel II Monument, the Trevi Fountains, the Spanish Steps. You can hear that you can't possibly do this all in 1 day. And there's still loads and loads of gelato to eat. So you need to go in a little bit earlier, or as I mentioned, you might want to stay at the end. The next port of call that you're going to sail to is going to be Syracuse in Italy, and this has got a lot of both Greek and Roman architecture and history, so it really is full of ancient ruins. Again, when you go on a cruise with WindStar Cruises and you think you're going to a sun destination, it's absolutely not about just getting off board and running to the beach and lying down and sunning yourself. We take you to UNESCO World Heritage Sites, lots of history, lots of culture, and that's the immersive experience that we bring to you on WindStar Cruises. With WindStar Cruises, it's not just a matter of running into a destination, checking it off your bucket list, taking some pictures to prove that you were there, buying a souvenir, quickly having something to eat, because then you know you've got a dash to get back onto the tender to go out to your ship that is anchored way out to sea. That is not what we do on WindStar Cruises. We're going to create memories for you that will hopefully last a lifetime. So we're taking you into these small little places. Have you heard of Gozo in Malta? Here it is the second largest island in Malta. It's located on the northwest point of Malta, and it's known, so here's a little bit of a different pace. It's known for its tranquility, its slower pace, and it's a serene getaway. So you're going to have a taste of all different frenetic experiences and tranquil experiences, and basically you choose and do what you want. We do offer shore excursions. They're not included in the price, but there's a multiple range of different itineraries or different shore excursions, multiple levels, activity levels. And of course, if you do the research in advance, you can then wander around these cities and towns on your own. You don't always have to do a shore excursion. Valletta is obviously Malta's capital city. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I mentioned to you there's lots of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It's one of the smallest UNESCO World Heritage Sites, but it is beautiful and charming. It's got beautiful paintings, if you like art, from Caravaggio. There is so much to see. This beautiful wall when you sail in, And again, we dock right in port. So you're going to step off the ship. You don't have to tender in. You step on and off. For those of you who've been on a river cruise experience, it is just so easy. If you want to go back to the ship for lunch every day, you're able to do that. The next slide, you're going to now go into Sicily, and I can't see on the video here if Charisse is joined us, because I think she's chosen this itinerary. She wants to talk all about it. But here is Port Empedocles. I've got to say that right. So Port Empedocles is where you'll find. Oh, Charisse,
I'm
you're there?
here. And
Oh, Charisse, do you want to step in and correct my pronunciation?
of what? Of Valletta? No.
No.
Oh, pronunciation of my name. Oh, Charisse. No, that's great.
No, I was
No?
saying Empedocles or Empedocles, the port of
Oh.
Empedocles. I might be mispronouncing my Italian, and you would be able to correct me. But here you're going to see a whole lot of ancient ruins, and in the beautiful ruins from in the Mediterranean. You're going to see again a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is going to bring back, it's going to take you and hopefully transport you to the 5th and the 6th centuries. But we want you to know that this is one of the world's most beautiful sites, and there's going to be olive trees and almonds and eucalyptus trees all over. So again, you can see these small little fishing ports are so quaint, so intriguing. I hope I'm tempting you with this, because even when you just walk around, if you don't do a tour and you just walk around on your own, the color, the vibrancy of all these beautiful places are just magnificent. I have actually been to Trapani before. It is absolutely beautiful. Again, it's a city of contrast, which just this picture on its own is going to show you. But they also have the salt marshes, where you can, of course, do a tour. You can get your own tour if you want to, but best to speak to Melanie and her colleagues about organizing this for you. And again, there's some 17th century windmills here. So again, you can see it's not just going into a beautiful little port and having to sit at a restaurant and have a drink. There's something new and different and exciting to do in all these ports. Also going to Lipari, which is in Sicily. It's a beautiful village. You can only get here by small ship. Again, you're not going to see the big ships and thousands of people stomping around your stomping ground. This is kind of going to be exclusive to you with the locals. You're not going to have the hot, sweltering weather. You're not going to have thousands of other tourists with you. This is going to be an experience for you to experience and revel in, and that's what we want you to do. Going to Sorrento, everybody, it says the Amalfi Coast here, but Sorrento is not the Amalfi Coast. They're quite different, actually. And here, again, another UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can go and see Pompeii. It is going to show you sites of Mount Vesuvius. So some really magnificent sites. And as you can see, I want to say the difference between, obviously, these are different photographs, but you can see how different these different ports of call are. It's not all the same. You're going to see different things, different experiences, and this is your vacation. So you get to choose how to customize it individually for all of you. So again, as I was saying, Sorrento is technically not the Amalfi Coast, although in many instances it's often associated with it. Sorrento is located on the north side of the Sorrentine Peninsula, while the Amalfi Coast is situated to the south, facing the Gulf of Salerno. But so many people, myself included, will often get these two mixed up. It is not the same. So you're going to go to two different parts as well. And then you're going to be coming back to this magnificent city of Rome, where again, as I mentioned to you, so much to see here. Hopefully you will extend, but if you choose to extend in the beginning and you think, well, after your cruise, you're going to fly straight back home, of course, the team at Expedia Cruises is going to be there to make all your organizations, or to organize your flights, your insurance, and everything else that you want. I am going to just let you know that because you've all joined us tonight, we want to make this offer even sweeter for you. And even though there are special group amenities with the pricing that Melanie got from us as a preferred partner, when you make a new booking, and I've got with Melanie, but I guess if anybody from the Expedia Cruises team wishes to make a booking, when you do through them, Once you do it from tomorrow to August the 20th, let's hope those 11 suites will still be available. You're going to receive an additional $50 per person shipboard credit. And that's in addition to any other perk or amenity you're going to receive from the group bookings. So again, space is very limited. Please speak to your trusted travel advisor, I guess tomorrow, get that extra added bonus on, and make sure you get onto this beautiful itinerary. We want to, as I say, bring you and create memories that are going to last a lifetime. The crew is waiting for you at the bottom of this beautiful WindStar ship. We want to welcome you on board. And I want to thank you for your time and for joining me tonight. But I also want to invite Charisse. Charisse, I know you wanted to come on and speak to everybody about your experience on WindStar Cruises. I think you were on a different cruise ship, a different type of ship. I don't know if Charisse is coming on. Melanie, you may want to take over.
Hi, sorry.
Oh, hi, you there, Charisse?
What's up? Great presentation, and I just got so excited. My apologies. That's just a loud car. Going through that presentation just got me extra excited for the trip that we're all going on together in September next year, obviously, because who wouldn't want to go on that? But anyway, I did a WindStar. My husband and I did the yacht cruise. What was it, honey? Star Pride. Star Pride in January. Hands down, like I think what was really cool about it is that it was small, it was intimate, and the one thing we really appreciated. I've been on a larger cruise ship before, but this is my first time on like a smaller boat. And what I really
Wonderful.
appreciated was the smaller ports we got to go into, and how it was like when we got to the destination. It wasn't like it just felt a little bit more intimate. Like we got to go to like different places. So I would say like when I'm looking at this itinerary specifically for like Italy next year, one of the things that gets me most excited is when you mention like the towns, like I've never heard of Syracuse, Sicily, but that gets me excited to go there because I don't know, it's like untouched, it's special. It's not untouched, but you know what I mean? It's like I haven't heard of it. So it's like new, it's exciting. I've heard of Rome, been to Rome, love Rome.
Absolutely. And all these little places, I mean, the big ships can't go here. This is the second
No, it's like
largest port in.
exclusive.
Exact, and that's where we take you to. So again, I'm going to hopefully tempt everybody with these beautiful pictures, which seems like what I did with you, Charisse. But you actually verbalized everything that we do at WindStar Cruises. Because we're small, we can take you to these special places off the beaten path. And let me say that there are some ports of call and destinations that the big ships go to. But as I said, invariably they are docked way, or rather anchored, not docked, way out to sea, and people have to wait to fill up the tender many times with like 200 people, and then you've got to come in, and the tender ride in is about 20-30 minutes, whereas with WindStar Cruises, if we're not docked right in port, your tender ride is about 5-10 minutes. So it is so easy. If you think I left my beautiful big sunglasses on the on the ship and I need them, it's just a quick ride back to the ship and back again into the port to really take advantage. And you saw in many instances, we get in early, we leave later. So it's not just a few hours. We want you to take advantage and immerse in these beautiful destinations.
Yes,
So
I feel like WindStar is the experience we went on was like as close to going private without actually paying for a private boat. You know what I mean? It just felt like way more
thank
intimate,
you.
special. We didn't wait for anything. The food was amazing. The service was great. The staff were great. Like it was hands down one of the best trips we ever went on, which was awesome because my husband was, I never thought I'd get him on a boat. And here we are going on another one. So
And
I
another one.
converted, I converted him. That's my husband,
And
my
so,
converted husband. So yeah, highly recommend.
So I want this, and I think everybody can. I've just met you for the very first time, Charisse. So this is an unsolicited testimonial. But if you can give your first-hand experience, like the crew, remembering your name, I can already tell you're unforgettable. So they knew you on day 2, but they knew your preferences, and they might have said, Charisse, do you want your vodka cocktail now, or do you want your decaf latte, or whatever it was that your preference is, right?
Listen, let's just put it this way. I've never had a Mai Tai quite like the Mai Tais we had on board. And every time we stepped out, there was a Mai Tai ready and it was amazing. And I crave that experience again. So I might go on another one before then. You never know. Because
Good.
September
Well, we're here on
2026
video
just seems
later.
way too far.
way too far away. So absolutely. So thank you. Thank you for that. And as I
You're
say,
welcome. My
everybody,
pleasure.
Cherise, for
Sorry
the
I was
first,
late.
so this was not solicited in any way. But Mel, I don't know if you want to come on and give people, I don't have the prices on here. We're not discussing that. Melanie has all the prices for the available staterooms. So please do contact Expedia Cruises or Melanie, or I guess anybody, your colleagues, Mel. But this is your group and you're going to be hosting it together with Cherise. So everybody, please do contact Melanie. And I had your contact information here, Mel. So I just wanted to say thank you, but I want everybody to see how they can reach out to you, your phone number, your email address, so that people can get the prices of the last 11 cabins. Let's just hope they're
Awesome.
still there.
I would also like to give commentary on the cruise.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dana. Please go ahead. And this is also unsolicited. I can just see
Yeah,
your
unsolicited. I had never been on a cruise in my life, and I booked one with Mel. We actually going to Alaska, and she surprised me with a bonus cruise to on the windsurf in the Caribbean, and it was amazing. I would vouch 110%. The service was phenomenal. You never waited in line. I did like swimming out the back of the boat, even though I got
fantastic.
stung by something. But overall, I'm still alive, so it's great. But no, it was amazing. The service was phenomenal. The food was great. 110% I would go on another trip. I think I've already booked it with Mel on the Sicily
Fantastic.
cruise. But I would recommend it for anybody that's interested. So
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you
the
for that.
the not waiting in line was my favorite thing. Like it was
oh,
no matter
amazing.
what time of day we went down to to find a chair to read a book, like there was always somewhere that we could go find to sit, whether we wanted the sun or the shade. Like I've been on other cruises where you have to, oh, I want to be in the shade, and you go over to that side of the boat and there's just, you can't find
Many
any place
people.
to sit outside. It was awesome. There was no lines anywhere. We maybe waited 5 minutes one day for a tender. Like it was maybe 5 minutes.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the food was really good. We never waited for dinner. It's small. There's not like a ton of, casinos and like a ton of activity, but the activity that was there was super fun. Dana and I went and played trivia every day, and
My
we listened.
favorite.
That was favorite. Yeah. Then we listened to the Port Talk, which was actually really informative. Like it was really good to hear where we were going the next day. The cruise manager gave some really good information that probably saved us a lot of money along the way. And
Yes.
yeah, it was fantastic. That's why I wanted Sharice and Dana to be on tonight, because we've all done it once and now we're all booked again. Like it was unlike any other experience. I've been on lots of cruises, definitely the smallest one that I've ever been on, and it was unlike anything else that I've ever experienced before. So I am super pumped about next September.
Well,
Um,
this is wonderful. So thank you. But and Charisse, I know you've been on a different type of ship. Dana, you will be pleasantly surprised because we've done our first phase of the renovations. So everything has been, all the public spaces has been redone. You will be blown away when you see the shop and the spa. Everything has been redone. The beautiful teak by the pool and on the decks. So much has been done and so much has been refurbished that it'll, I hope, feel kind of like a new ship for you. Charisse, you'll be surprised because you've been on the Star Class ship, you and your husband, so this is a little bit of a different experience. However, what is so important is that we like to say no matter which ship you go on or which type of ship you go on, it's still that 180 degree from ordinary WindStar experience. It's the crew, it's the crew, it's that ambiance, it's that attention to detail and making everybody feel like a VIP. And that's what it's all about. The food is going to be similar because it's all James Beard infused and inspired. So you've got a lot to look forward to. And having just stepped off myself, well, on the 2nd of July, I have to say that it's so obviously new with me and familiar with me. It was my first cruise I did 8.5 years ago, and now having done her again, it was just a phenomenal experience. And I'm excited for all of you because this is just, as I say, I've just stepped off and it was spectacular. You're in for a wonderful surprise and a beautiful cruise. and a fabulous itinerary. Whoever decided to do Sicily, what a beautiful itinerary. But again, you can
That
see
was Cherie.
it's not just going to eat the pasta and see, it's seeing beautiful architecture and the culture and the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It's just going to be beautiful. The architecture and the sea, whatever you want to do in the ocean, that's your pleasure. It's your cruise. You do what you want to do.
Well, thank you, Andrea. Now I'm really excited. I was
Good,
excited before.
good.
Now I'm really excited. Does anybody have any questions? Did anybody put a question in the chat, Debbie?
There's no questions in the chat.
Okay.
If anyone has any, they can add. And Debbie, we can probably stop the recording just so it doesn't